All right, today we are looking at Tempestate mezcales. These are usually one of the more sought after mezcals on the market because of the delicious, unique flavors and also because it's a scarce agave plant. There's plenty of interesting details on the plant itself. We'll go over those and I'll showcase some of the mezcals on the market so you can get out there and try it yourself. So let's get after it. Tepeztate is the common name for agave marmorata, and this agave can take decades until it's mature in the wild and ready to be harvested. On my last trip to Oaxaca, I spent several days in the Michoacan region, some exceptional mezcal being made there. I was with Rambling Spirits Tours, and here Anna Bruce kicks off my Tepestate education.
Tempestates, they can take up to 35 years to grow, and because of that age, I think people romanticize them quite a lot. So, you're waiting perhaps your own life cycle. I'm 33, so if Tepestate did take 35 years, it's going to be older than I am.
We are staying at the ranch and palenque of Eleazar Brena. He's the pride and joy of San Luis Amatlan. This guy makes fabulous mezcal. The stalk coming up from the middle, also known as the quiote, means the agave plant is ready to be harvested. Part of the process is to chop it off. Here's Eleazar himself chopping it down. To me, it looks like a giant piece of asparagus. Then Anna and I discussed the special connection between agave and people.
When it does come to the point of flowering and being able to make your mezcal with it, you have this human relationship with it in a time frame type of way.
Well, especially if you've sort of it's lived on your land for that that long. It's like, hey, there's old Tepe over there. And
A special Tepestate agave for Eleazar is this great green beast, which he adoringly and aptly calls the Hulk. I always thought Tepestate was the coolest looking agave, but I learned even more about its tough exterior as I chatted with Anna.
Tepestate is one of the plants that defends itself. Obviously you can see that physically with these crazy spikes. It's got a super thick leather type skin, but also if you cut the agave, if you get that on your skin of any of the agaves, it's going to give you a harsh rash.
Compared to more common agave like angustifolia or tequilana, Tepestate does not have the rigid, straight, sword-like leaves, also known as pencas. But Old Tepe and the Hulk can handle themselves just fine, seeing as though they can potentially live 4 to 5 times longer. Learning about these Tepestate tidbits has been no doubt riveting, but I sense you asking, Zach, what does it taste like? For me, Tepestates have consistent, prominent qualities. On the nose, I often get aromas of fresh chopped jalapeno pepper or a green bell pepper if it's not as spicy. On the palate, I get flavors of roasted candied jalapeno if some delicious delicacy exists. It's vegetal, sugary sweet, and a tad bit spicy, 3-hit combo. Tastes and palates are always going to be subjective, and one of my favorite mezcal authors, John McAvoy, describes Tepestate as strong on the nose with a pronounced herbal scent. This continues on the palate accompanied by rich roasted agave. McAvoy goes on to state, as your palate develops, you are likely to find yourself drawn to Tepestates. I think this is a bang-on statement, not just for myself, but many people in the mezcal community really appreciate Tepestates, but they can be an expensive taste. 2 great Tepestates to start with are these 200 milliliter bottles. This one here by Ray Campero and this one by Salvadores. They are both in the $30 to $40 range. Normal 750 milliliter bottles of Tepestate usually run north of $100. So I think it's good to start with these small bottles to ease yourself into it, see if you like Tepestates before making a bigger financial commitment. Or if you see Tepestate at a restaurant or a bar, order yourself up one, see if you like it before making the splurge. Several other can't miss brands out there that have awesome Tepestates: Tosba, there's El Hogorio, Dish Bay, and Real Minero, although where that's made in Santa Catarina, Minas, they call Tepestate Bacuela. Again, these are going to be in the $100 to $150 range, but if you want a legit top shelf mezcal, look no further. Remember, these are scarce plants, a delicacy. Plus, these bottles are made by some of the best producers in the business. The last thing I want to share are my personal favorites, my best Tepestate mezcals. The first is by Mezcalera Reina Sanchez. This is under the Maguey Malate label from 2021. I'll give her a little try here. Oh man, What Reina does here is lights out. Whew. Another incredible Tempestate that I have on hand, neck and neck with Reina's. Tempestate is this Pure de Almas. I am going to give it a little try here. Wow, so much flavor. And if you've watched my videos, you know I have an affinity for the higher proof agave spirits, but this just pops for me. So much concentrated Tempestate flavors that I spoke of before, and it is going to be a sad, sad day when this is empty and when Reina's Tempestate is gone too. So that's it for me today. Like, subscribe if you got value out of this. There's more Mezcal content coming your way. I'm going to be saluting off with this Pure de Almas 55% Tempestate. Just a little sneaky bit here. A little goes a long way. So thanks a lot for tuning in. Really appreciate it. And I will see you next time. Salud. Wow.